Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson. I'm so known BrightShine, live right here in the city of Memphis in the county of the state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Sunday morning, June the 30th, 2019. The time 3:24 a.m. First, I thank all my fans, my support for your continued encouragement and support. I'll continue to keep myself employed right here in the Memphis tri-state area. I'll continue to further my education, Monroe College online. Continue to pursue my social degree study and be an administrative concentrated mark. At the present time, I'm taking a break from going to school in the very near future. I will be going back to Monroe College online to continue to pursue my social degree study and be an administrative concentrated mark. This year, in January 2019, I enrolled at Health Tech Institute of Memphis in the medical assistant program, 9-month program from January to October. The reason why is back in 2009, 2010, I was a student at Remington College, right here in the Memphis tri-state area in the medical billing and coding program. Graduated, it was a 10-month program, graduated in 2010 with a diploma. The certification was not offered with the program, in my tuition, so didn't get the certification. Can't be employed in the healthcare field without being certified. So, like I said, this year, January 2019, I enrolled in Health Tech Institute of Memphis in the medical assistant program, 9-month program. See, when I graduated in October, I have a diploma as well as a certification. I'll be able to be employed in the healthcare field. Then I'll be able to pay my student loan back, and I'll be able to go back to Monroe College online and earn my social degree and be administrative concentrated mark. And so that's the reason why I did that. Now, I know this weekend, like I said, I had to work, and so I'm able to do my video, today, but I won't be able to do a video tomorrow because I have to work. But I'm doing my video today, and I'm a couple of a little behind because I had some things I had to do earlier, and kind of throw my time behind. But I'm still doing my video. I'm still gonna continue to complain and speak out, and continue to work toward making sure that we don't have to deal with all this stupid, ignorant nonsense. People going around talking about they're a gangster and a mobster and all that stupid stuff. And continue, the most important thing of all, the most number one issue is the church. To continue to be an advocate for the one church that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Son of God, established. It's not no American Restoration Movement, not no Catholic Church, not no Protestant church. The church never did leave. See, this is the issue that gonna have to be addressed with all the nations at the United Nations. This is the truth. Is that myself, as well as everybody on this earth, is committing sin. You're a sinner. That's what the problem is. continue to be an advocate for that one church, the only church. And I'm gonna do my Instagram. I'm in the process of doing my Instagram, but I need to say this also. When I'm out here on the street, just everyday citizen, living my everyday life, just like I said, people be going around talking about they're a gangster and a mobster and all that. When I'm out here in the community, some people, apparently, I guess maybe they trying to be slick, or they I guess they feel like they know my routine, I guess, and they'll try to intentionally be out in the public and try to make it sound like they not doing things like that no more or whatever. But when I go to work, or when I be in, I can be at school, seem like people be on the inside of the building, and you act like you're getting a free ride, or you make it sound like it's okay. People say stuff out their mouth. Sometimes I don't even know. People walk up to me and address me in such a way. You call me an OG, and see, when I'm on the inside of the building, I can't get a response. I can't address it the way that should be addressed. But the point is this: people be on the inside of the building at work, place on the job, at work, at my place of employment, and people say things out their mouth. And I guess you feel like you're getting away with it, I don't. But people do that. They do that. And what I want to make sure I make that perfectly clear. See, I've been saying this over and over and over again, that people be saying a lot of ignorant nonsense, talking about you're a gangster and you're a mobster, and you be saying all you're a boss, you're a goon, you're a thug, and you're a crook, you're a hooligan, man, you're a Mac and a player, and you're a pimp and you're a whore, and you say you're a nigga, you even a field nigga, house nigga. It's a street slang. And to be honest with you, you that's how you live your life. Your whole life is based on street slang. You and your literature. Well, I know that there's a lot of people walking up and down, this is a worldwide problem. Since I live here in the United States of America, and I don't live in other places, but people be in other places, having to deal with criminals, having to deal with sin and sinners, and you instigate and provoke other people. People don't want to be involved, just like me. I don't have anything to do with that criminal stuff, with that gang and mob and all that street slang stuff you be saying. And I know that there's a lot of reaction for the actions of others. And when you do things like that, the reaction, because of your actions, but trying to be slick, and that's what I'm gonna accuse people of from this day forward. Instead of trying to do what's right, you insist on being slick. Well, just like I was saying about the East Coast, people be moving around up and down the East Coast, and you'll leave the East Coast and you'll live other places, and you had the nerve to go around trying to make it sound like you over everybody else. I don't know how you figure that. But I know that a lot of African Americans in the past didn't have no education, and these so-called white people oppressed Africans from sub-Saharan Africa. And if you taught certain people and didn't teach others, and so they gave you the impression that you were over other people, but you were really listening to some wannabe devil worshippers, and who ain't nobody themselves, who been lied to themselves, and then they go and lie to other people. And point is this: just like I said a long time, I'm gonna say it again. I've been wanting to kill you. Ain't no need me biting my tongue. I said it before, and I said it again. I wanted to kill you on the East Coast. But I feel like it's people walking around trying to be slick. And so, I mean, I can't be I'm not everywhere at any time. And people say and do things that they shouldn't. And being that you want to be slick, well, always be prepared. I want to make sure that always be prepared to throw something at somebody. Not just shoot. Not just, kill somebody. But I'm saying this: you keep doing that stuff and you make me suspicious. Now, when I read the Bible so every human being on this earth can hear God's word. That was my intent. Yeah, because that's the right thing to do, include the people on the East Coast. But one thing I don't never do, I don't never, ever let a person try to pretend. Because like I said, a wannabe devil worshiper. You was reading the Bible just like you do the Baptist church and the Methodist church, the Catholic church, the Church of Christ. You was reading the Bible then. And if I hadn't said nothing about a bunch of wannabe devil worship, you'd still be doing the same doggone thing. And that's what I'm making sure I don't never ever make let you think I made a mistake, because I didn't. Because I didn't. See, that's you that made the mistake. When you don't want to do what's right and then you want to go to hell, why is it that you assume that I made a mistake? Because I want to try to go to heaven. I didn't make no mistake. How is that a mistake? I'm going to heaven, trying to go to heaven, and if I keep trying, most likely that's where I'm going to end up, in heaven. And you keep trying to go to hell, and most likely that's where you're going to end up, being punished by God. But me, I'm going to be blessed by God. So it's not a mistake. I didn't make no mistake. I didn't make no mistake. It's you that made a mistake. Going up and down the East Coast, talking about you a gangster and a mobster and trying to be slick. Well, I'm going to keep reading the Bible. I'm going to keep reading the Bible. And all these want to be slick people. Be prepared. All I say to my friends is be prepared to throw something at somebody on the East Coast. Just be prepared. Because reading the Bible don't mean that you have to, sit idly by and let somebody like them assume or, guess, and still walk around trying to get away with doing wrong. See, be prepared. I'm not gonna walk around and try to go and looking and find and all that. Well, since they want to teach all the people on the East Coast there, then sometimes that's what you have to do. You got to just do what you got to do. Be prepared. Be prepared. Just be prepared. If you got to throw something, then so be it. That's what you got to do. Then do what you got to do. Throw a grenade. If that's what you got to do, then do what you got to do. I'm going to keep reading the Bible because that's the right thing to do. I ain't make no mistake. Didn't make no mistake. Didn't make no mistake. It's you that made a mistake and want to go to hell. So what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna do my Instagram. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here. City members in the county is in the state of Tennessee. Today date is early Sunday morning, June the 30th, 2019. The time 3:41 a.m. First, say thank you to all my family, my support for your routine, courage, and support. Anti-gang. Anti-gang. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites that you can go to make anti-gang logo. First, always give thanks to God. That's the first thing. Always give thanks to God. Thank God each and every day for the blessings and guidance that He provides us all with. And gonna continue to work toward all the nations on the earth are members of the United Nations. And we continue to read God's word and continue to stand for that one church. The one and only church that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Son of God, established. That church is still the only one and only church. The problem that we having, this the problem. So that's the problem about the one and only church that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Son of God, established. Now I'm gonna be moving pretty fast. And I'm gonna be doing some things, but we're gonna continue to. I'm gonna continue to complain. I'm gonna continue to speak out. People saying they're a gang, they're a mob. They put the word "stir" on the end of it. And Merriam-Webster's Third New International Dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, gives you the complete and total definition and meaning of the word gang, mob, stir, and any and every other word. And people be saying they're a boss, they're a goon, they're a thug, they're a crook, they're a hoon, they're a mac, they're a player, they're a pimp, they're a whore, they're a hustler, they're a nigga, they're a field nigga, house nigga. Well, you see all that ignorant nonsense. It's some street slang. People all over there communicating, using language. And examples of street slang like tic-tac-toe, hopscotch. When it comes to music, hip and hop, rock and roll, swing, groove, jazz, blues, funk, doo-wop, bebop. And when it comes to money, we can go to the quick reference, Wikipedia. We can look up money, currency exchange. People all over the earth use money, currency exchange, and they make up street slang for money, currency exchange. In the United States of America, examples of street slang for money: bucks, rack, stack, bands, bread, dough, scratch, loot, moving, Benjamin dead president. It's street slang. Now, I graduated high school. I earned my high school diploma, got some few years of college. Then you have other people who didn't go that far. They didn't earn no high school diploma, but they got a GED. And then they went on to college and earned a social degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD. Then you had those people who didn't go that far in school for whatever reason. They don't know reading, writing, math. You don't know science, you don't know technology, you don't know social studies, you don't know vocational technical training. On-the-job training is on-the-job training. And so then you have those people that did go further in school. The sorority fraternity, they took the ACT and SAT, got a high school diploma, and went on to some college and university, joined the sorority fraternity, and let's read about the 13th colony history. The pre-13th colony history is so important. When you see the United States of America, even before the settlers came, when you picture in your mind the United States of America, North America, just picture in your mind, before any other explorers and settlers came over, you see the Native Americans and the indigenous Americans. Then you see explorers came over from Europe, and then you see the settlers came over. It wasn't no Africans. No Africans were over here. And you can still see North America. Who do you see? The Native Americans and the first Americans. That's who you see. Harvard University is the oldest university, oldest institution of higher learning in the United States, founded March 13, 1639, Cambridge, Massachusetts. William and Mary College, Williamsburg, Virginia, founded February 8, 1693, second oldest institution of higher learning in the United States. Phi Beta Kappa Society, founded December 5, 1776, the College of William and Mary, and is recognized as the first Greek letter student society in North America. Alpha Delta Pi, first sorority, founded in 1851, Wesleyan College in Macon, Georgia. The first organization to adopt the word sorority was Gamma Phi Beta, established on November 11, 1874, Syracuse University, Syracuse, New York. Then the first women's fraternity, DuPont College, 18-something. The basis of the sorority and fraternity, the old world secret society. For example, the Eastern Star Freemasons. They talk about Euclid, the mathematician, lived in Alexandria, Egypt, 1390, 1425, mentioned in the Hollowell manuscript, and reads the poem in the Cook manuscript. Then you have the Dowling manuscript. Now, examples of them old world secret society: Skull and Bone, Rosicrucian, the Sons of Liberty, Thug Society, Private Society, Ordo Templi Orientis, Knights of the Golden Eagle, the Woodmen, the Ancient Arab Order of the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, the Approved Order of Women, the P.O. Sisterhood, the Eastern Stars and the Freemasons, the Elks and the Loyal Order of Moose, the Bilderberg Group, the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights of Bethesda, Knights of Columbus, the Illuminati, the Fathers of Society. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the Mystic Order of the Veil Prophets of the Enchanted Realm, the United Order of the Golden Cross, the United Ancient Order of Druids, the National Grange, the Ancient Order of Urban Names, the Opus Dei, the Knights Templar, the Scottish Rite. It's just a few, it's some more. The Spanish Garduna, the Carbonaria, the Black Hand. When you say Mafia, that's Afro-Asiatic. You say Cosa Nostra, that's Latin. The Triad, the Yakuza, and the Osirica. It's just a few, there's some more. Now, the sorority and fraternity. Don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. Don't be misled. They not right. They ain't trying to do nothing right. They some wannabe devil worship. Wannabe devil worship. Just like all them old world secret societies. They some wannabe devil worship. First of all, no such thing as worshiping the devil. No such thing as worshiping the devil. No such thing. Never has been, never will be. All them rituals that the sorority and fraternity do in them old world secret society is devil worship. It's devil worship. The hazing, the United States Department of Justice, hazing is a crime. And that's what they be committing, a crime. They criminals. Now, animal sacrifices, human sacrifices. For example, when it comes to animal sacrifice, all that poaching, and when it comes to poaching ain't just limited to just animals. Man, these people do vegetation, plants. That's really why some, insects, stuff that's extinct. And then when it comes to human sacrifice, alcohol, drugs, tobacco, the murder rate, suicide, people being obese, overweight, human sacrifice, slavery, human sacrifice. And it can be all abortions, human sacrifice, adoption, So these stupid people, they'll do all kinds of stupid stuff. Now, the sorority and fraternity, they commit crimes on and off the college and university campus. They use and abuse tobacco products, chewing tobacco, cigarettes, cigars. They indulge in gambling and games of chance. They use and abuse alcohol and drugs. They indulge in immoral activity, robbery, burglary. They lie, steal, cheat, rape, assault, molest, extortion, bribery. They indulge in sexual deviance and pride. Don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. Don't join the sorority and fraternity. Get out of the sorority and fraternity. Discourage others from being members of the sorority and fraternity. Expose the sorority and fraternity. Look, renounce all those that began the sorority and fraternity, old world secret society. denounced the whole concept, the idea of sorority returning them old world secret society. The sorority fraternity, as you know, they work and they manage all the businesses, companies, and corporations. They use and misuse the background check. They commit crimes against humanity, atrocities. They violate human rights and civil rights and inhumanity, genocide, ethnic cleansing, all forms of discrimination and harassment. They pollute the air, ground, water, as well as noise pollution. They destroy the environment, they destroy nature, they destroy wildlife. Don't be misled by the sorority and the fraternity in them old world secret society. This is the International Bill of Human Rights. This is the Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. This is the Declaration of the Rights of the Child. This is the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. The world's oldest human rights organization, Anti-Slavery International. And this is the International Federation for Human Rights. And this is the world's oldest international conservation organization, BirdLife International. And this is Fauna and Flora International, was the world's first international wildlife conservation organization. And this is the world's oldest global environmental organization, International Union for Conservation of Nature, also the World Wildlife Fund. Now, just like those organizations we just mentioned, it's some more. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Global Rights, Frontline Defenders, Human Rights Without Frontiers, International Center for Human Rights. Conservation International, Wildlife Conservation Society, the Conservation Fund, the League of Conservation Voters, Earthwatch Institute, Conservancy Association, Earth Justice, the Conservation Volunteer, Wildlife Conservation Network, Endangered Wildlife Trust, Biodiversity and Nature Conservancy Association, Rare Species Conservation Center, Wildlife Research and Conservation Trust, Rainforest Trust, International Rainforest Conservation Organization, Rainforest Alliance, Rainforest Action Network. Biodiversity International, Earth Day Network, Environmental Defense Fund, Friends of the Earth, Friends of Nature, Greenpeace, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Conservation Society, Soil and Water Conservation, Clean Water Action, World Water Council, Marine Conservation Institute, Marine Conservation Alliance, Oceanic Preservation Society, Oceanic Society, Global Ocean Commission, the International Marine Life Alliance. And just a few. There are many more organizations such as the one we just mentioned. And so, don't let the sorority and the fraternity mislead you. Don't be misled. Because, like I said, when you see all these organizations, there was just a few. They all trying to stop. They trying to end the crimes that the sorority and the fraternity, them old world secret society, that they be committing. They work and they manage the businesses, companies, and corporations. They use and misuse the background check. They commit crimes against humanity, atrocities, violate human rights and civil rights, inhumanity, genocide, ethnic cleansing, all forms of discrimination and harassment. They pollute the air, ground, and water, as well as noise pollute. They destroy the environment. They destroy wildlife. Don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. Now, the pre-13 colony history. That's really why it's so important. When you see North America, including Mexico, Central and South America, and the Caribbean, you see the Native Americans and the First Americans. That's who you see. You see the Native Americans and the First Americans. Then later on, you start seeing the explorers. Then after you see the explorers, you start seeing the people from Sub-Saharan Africa. So when it comes to saying all that ignorant nonsense, gang and mob and putting sterling in, that's where it came from. It came from the pirates. Excuse me. And all that old world secret society and all that stuff that want to be devil worship. Want to be devil worship. That's where it came from. The want to be devil worship. And see, there's no such thing as no gang and mob on the East Coast. No such thing. No such thing riding around no motorcycle. Talking about you in a gang and a mob. Chicago, Illinois is not a gang or mob base. There's no such thing, no folk gang, my people gang. There's no such thing. Los Angeles, California is not a gang or mob base. There's no such thing. No such thing, no blood gang, no Crip gang, no Stone gang, no such thing. No such thing. Because just like we were talking about the East Coast and how they brought the first slaves from Angola, the pirates, the wannabe devil worshippers, the pirates. They had to make a detour after they took some slaves from Angola. They had to take a detour because they ran out of supplies. So they came up the coast of North America. And they came in contact with the settlers. And they traded slaves for supplies. And that's how the first African slaves came to North America. They were already being transported from Sub-Saharan Africa to the Caribbean, Mexico, Central and South America. Now there was the East Coast was not the only slave ports, but Galveston, Texas was a slave port. New Orleans, Louisiana, slave port. The state of Mississippi was a slave port. The last slave to be brought from Sub-Saharan Africa came to the state of Alabama. And the state of Florida had slave ports on both sides. So the pre-13 colony history is very important. And also Veracruz, Mexico was a slave port. Veracruz, Mexico was a slave port. Now, this is a list of place names of Native American origin in the United States. Now, these are state names. State names. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Connecticut, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico. North and South Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Oh. Almost forgot to scroll down. I'm scroll down all the way to where it says see also. The list of place names of indigenous origin in Americas. Now, we were talking about piracy, the pirates. And you know that's wannabe devil worship. There's no such thing worse than the devil. That's where it bound. That's what it is. It's wannabe devil worship. Now I'm gonna scroll over here and scroll down. Now you have the history of piracy, culture, social structure, and so on and so forth. Now I'm gonna scroll down where it says see also. And it's a lot of information. Then you have references, and then you have further reading. So, like I said, don't let the sorority or fraternity, them old world secret society, fool, mislead you. Don't be misled. Now, the Catholic Church and the Protestant Reformation movement churches, the American Restoration movement, Stone Campbell movement churches, it's all wannabe devil worship. All wannabe devil worship. The Catholic Church and all that particular churches, Latin Rite, Alexander Rite, Armenian Rite, Byzantine Rite, the East Syrian Rite, West Syrian Rite. It's organized crime, so wannabe devil worship. The Protestant Reformation movement church, 95 Theses Church. First of all, that's the Catholic Church. You have minor branches. Sure. You have major branches, minor branches, interdenominational movement, other developments, and related movements. Still the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church is organized crime. The American Restoration movement, Stone Campbell movement. Churches of Christ, the unaffiliated Christian Church, Church of Christ congregations, Christian Church, Disciples of Christ. Organized crime, wannabe devil worship. Now, you have groups like the Morris-Science Temple, Nation of Islam, 5% Nation, the American Muslim Society, and the so-called Black Nation, the Nation of Islam, and the Black Hebrew Israelites. The Black Hebrew Israelites, and for example, Ben Army over there in Israel, and the Rastafarian movement, and then all these Pan-Africanists, Pan-Africanists. And so, there's no such thing as organized crimes and wannabe devil worship. The devil, they are wannabe devil worship. Saul from Tarsus, self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, that's what he was. He's the devil. A wannabe devil worship. The occultist. Now, he wrote those epistles. And in those epistles, he said he was an apostle. He never had been, never will be. Romans chapter 16, verse 16, salute one another with the holy kiss. The church with the 7 years of Christ salute you. Another scripture name, the man-made religious organization used, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 4, so that we ourselves glory you in the church 7 years of God for your patience and faith. Excuse me. For all your patience and faith and all your persecution and tribulation that ye endure. Now there was a list of occult terms from A to Z. And this is a list of occult symbols. Now, this is world religions and occult symbols. And these are occult symbols. Missed up on the date. Got the wrong year. But like I'm gonna get ready to end my Instagram video. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites you can go to make anti-gang logos. And so gonna continue to work toward that one and only church. The one and only church. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Son of God, established only one church. That's the only church. That's the only church. The problem, sin. That's the problem. You're a sinner. That's the problem. So don't think that Islam is right and Hindu, Buddhist, and all that stuff right. And the Jews and all that black Hebrew. You're not right. You're not right. You persecuting the church, still committing sin, because you're a sinner. So we're going to continue to work toward that one and only church. That one and only church that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Son of God, established only one church. And that's the only church. That's the only church. That's the only church. We're going to go to the United Nations and going to make it official. Going to make it official. Every nation on this earth is a member of the United Nations. Gonna file criminal and civil charges against all these man-made religious organizations. And so have something to work toward and to look forward to. Now, I'm gonna get ready to end today's video. And I'm gonna do my Facebook Live. Because last weekend I did my Periscope. So this week I'm doing my Facebook Live. And so let me see if I can redo this. end today my Instagram video, and I'm gonna do my Facebook Live. I just ended my Instagram video, so now I'm doing my Facebook Live video. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known by BrightShine right here in the city of Memphis in the county ship. It's in the state of Tennessee. Today and date is early Sunday morning, June the 30th, 2019. The time 4:29 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for your continued encouragement and support. Anti-gang. Anti-gang. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites that you can go to make anti-gang logo. Now, remember these words: coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. Now, I just ended my Instagram video, so now I'm doing my Facebook Live video this weekend. I won't be making a video tomorrow because I gotta work. And excuse me, I'm doing my video today. Excuse me. But gonna continue to excuse me. Excuse me. I'm gonna continue to be an advocate for the one and only church that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Son of God, established. There's only one church, only one. And that's the only church. That's the only church. The only church. I'm gonna continue to be an advocate for that church. I'm not trying to put accept, approve, or allow all these man-made religious organizations to lie. The problem sin is the problem. Being a sinner, that's the problem. You just won't stop being a sinner and quit sinning. And that's the reason why the church is facing the problems they face. But that's the problem. Sin is the problem. And being a sinner, that's the problem. Now, let me say this. Before I really get started. When I started my YouTube video today, I said some things that need to be said. So, make sure you watch my YouTube video at the beginning. Watch my YouTube video at the beginning. Now, I'm going to continue to complain, or I'm going to continue to speak out. People saying they are a gang, they are a mob. They put stir on the end of it. And people saying they're a boss, they're a goon, they're a thug, they're a crook, they're a hooligan, they're a Mac, they're a player, they're a pimp, they're a whore, they're a hustler, they're a nigga, they're a fear, nigga house nigga. You know, it's all street slang. People all over the earth communicate and use language. And examples of street slang are hopscotch. tic-tac-toe. And also when it comes to music, examples of street slang, hip and hop, rock and roll, swing, groove, jazz, blues, doo-wop, and bebop. It's all street slang. Nothing official, nothing right about no street slang. And so, now, when it comes to street slang, I think, I graduated high school. Yeah, I graduated high school, earned my high school diploma, and I do have a few years of college under my belt. I haven't earned my associate degree in business administration, contract to market from Monroe College online as of yet. Now you have some people that didn't go that far to school, but they earned a GED. And so, street slang. Ain't nothing official, nothing right about no street slang. And then you have those people who just, who did go further in school. They went further in school, they graduated high school, earned a high school diploma, and they went to college, university, or whatever. And, and so the sorority and the fraternity, don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. Don't be misled. I see that's the reason why the pre-13 colony history is so important. Harvard University, the oldest institution of higher learning in the United States, founded March 13, 1639 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. William and Mary College, Williamsburg, Virginia, founded February 8, 1693, second oldest institution of higher learning here in the United States of America. Phi Beta Kappa Society, founded December 5, 1776. The College of William and Mary is recognized as the first Greek level student society in North America. Alpha Delta Pi, first sorority, founded in 1851 at Wesleyan College, Macon, Georgia. The first organization to adopt the word sorority was Gamma Phi Beta, established and so the basis, and then also remember about the sorority fraternity, the first women's fraternity, DePaul College, 18 something, Now the basis of the sorority fraternity them old world secret society. For example, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons. They be talking about Euclid, the mathematician, lived in Alexander, Egypt. 1390, 1425 mentioned in a Holloway manuscript or the Regent's poem. Then it began you say the Eastern Star, Freemason, they be talking about Euclid, the mathematician, lived in Alexander, Egypt, between 1390 and 1425, mentioned in a Holloway manuscript. The Regent's poem, and they began the craft of masonry. The Cook manuscript. The Downing manuscript, first published by James Downing in the Gentleman's and then also the Downing manuscript. Now, examples of them old world secret society: Skull and Bone, Rosicrucian, the Son of the Living, Thug Society, Private Sound, Ordo Templar Orientis, Knights of the Golden Eagle, Woodland. Examples of them old world secret society: Skull and Bone, Rosicrucian, the Son of the Living, Thug Society, Private Sound, Ordo Templar Orientis, Knights of the Golden Eagle. We said the Woodmen, the ancient Arab order of the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, the Improved Order of Redmond, the P.O. Sisterhood, the Eastern Star, the Freemason, the Elks, the Lower Order Bilderberg Group, the Ku Klux Klan, Knights of Pythias, Knights of Columbus, the Illuminati, the Fathers of Society, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the Mystic Order of Bear Prophets of the Enchanted Realm, United Order, then also the Opus Dei, the Knights Templar, the Scottish Rite, the Spanish Garduna, the Carbonaria, the Black Hand. You say Mafia, that's Afro-Asiatic. You say Coastal Nostra, that's Latin. Triad, that's Osiris. That was just a few. There's some more. And so don't let the sorority fraternity mislead you. Don't be misled by the sorority fraternity. And so don't be misled. Excuse me. Don't be misled by the sorority fraternity, because the sorority fraternity, as you know, they use hazing as part of the initiation ritual. The United States Department of Justice, hazing is a crime. They commit crimes on and off. And those initiation rituals, and they commit crime on and off the college and university campus. They use and abuse tobacco products, chewing tobacco, cigarette, cigar. They indulge in gambling and games of chance. They use and abuse alcohol and drugs. They indulge in immoral activities. They lie, steal, cheat, burglary. And so, don't be misled by the sorority fraternity. They indulge in sexual deviance and depravity. Don't let the sorority and fraternity mislead you. Renounce all those who try to influence you to allow the sorority and fraternity. And now, don't join a sorority fraternity. Get out the sorority fraternity. Discourage others from joining the sorority fraternity and expose the sorority fraternity. And so, renounce all those that began the sorority fraternity, the old world secrets, and renounce them. Denounce and so, like I said, don't be misled by the sorority fraternity. Renounce and denounce all sorority fraternity. The sorority and the fraternity, they work and they manage businesses, companies, and corporations. They commit crimes against humanity and civil rights, clean discrimination and harassment. And like I said, they commit crimes against humanity, atrocities, violate And they violate human rights and civil rights, inhumanity, genocide, ethnic cleansing, all forms of discrimination and harassment. They pollute the air, ground, water, as well as noise pollution. They destroy the environment. They destroy wildlife. Don't let that sorority fraternity mislead you. This is the International Bill of Human Rights. This is the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. And this is the Declaration of the Rights of the Child. This is the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. And this is the world's oldest human rights organization, Anti-Slavery International. And this is the International Federation for Human Rights. And this is the world's oldest international conservation organization, BirdLife International. And this is Fauna and Flora International, was the world's first international wildlife conservation organization. And this is the world's oldest global environmental organization, International Union for Conservation of Nature, and also the World Wildlife Fund. And so that was just a few of the ones. There's some more, such as Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Global Rights, Frontline Defenders, Human Rights Without Frontier, the International Service for Human Rights. Wildlife Conservation Network, Endangered Wildlife Trust, the Biodiversity and Nature Conservancy Association, Rare Species Conservation Center, the Wildlife Research and Conservation Trust, the Rainforest Trust, the International Rainforest Conservation Organization, Rainforest Alliance, Rainforest Action Network, the Conservation International, Wildlife Conservation Society, the Conservation Fund, the League of Conservation Voters, Earthwatch Institute, Conservancy Association, Earth Justice, Conservation Volunteers. Biodiversity International, Earth Day Network, Environmental Defense Fund, Friends of the Earth, Friends of Nature, Greenpeace, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Conservation Society, Soil and Water Conservation, Clean Water Action, the World Water Council, Marine Conservation Institute, Marine Conservation Alliance, Oceanic Preservation Society, Oceanic Society, Global Ocean Commission, the International Marine Life Alliance. So there were just a few. There are many more organizations that are trying to stop the crimes that the sorority and the fraternity and them old world secret society they be committing. They work and they manage the businesses, the companies and the corporations. They commit crimes against humanity, atrocities. They violate human rights and civil rights, inhumanity, genocide, ethnic cleansing, all forms of discrimination and harassment. They pollute the air, groundwater, as well as noise pollution. They destroy the environment, they destroy nature, they destroy wildlife. So don't let the sorority and fraternity mislead you. And so let's read about the 13 colony history. The history before the 13 colonies is so important. The pre-13 colony history. So the East Coast, there's no such thing as no gang or mob base on the East Coast. No such thing. No such thing. There's no such thing as riding around no motorcycle. Telling you a gangster, you a mobster. No such thing. There's no such thing as Chicago, Illinois being a gang base or a mob base. No such thing. There's no such thing as no gang and mob or goon and thug and boss and hoodlum and all that kind of stuff. Don't be misled by the sorority fraternity. You know, that's really and the city of Los Angeles. You know, just like Chicago, no, there's no such thing, no folk gang, no my people gang. The city of Los Angeles is not a gang or mob base. There's no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang, no such thing. No stone gang, no such thing. Yeah. And so like I say, it's only one church. It's only one church. And that's what we're going to continue to be an advocate for. Now, the pre-13 colony history. Now, this is a list of place names of Native American origin in the United States. Now, this is a list of place names of Native American origin in the United States. State names are Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Connecticut, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North and South Dakota, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin. Now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom where it says see also. I had to scroll down to where it says, down to the bottom where it says see also, list of place names of indigenous origin in the Americas. Almost forgot one more thing. and then scroll down to where it says see also. Then you have references and things of that nature. So read the books. Read the books on piracy. Read those books, because you know the books got references as well. So, but I wanted to make sure I didn't forget that. Now, let me go on over here. Now, like I said, that's the pre-13 colonies history. Just think in your mind. This is what I want you to do. Think about North America before the settlers, before the explorers. Think about it. There wasn't no Africans over here. So think about the history of North America before the explorers, before the settlers. It was Native Americans and First Americans in North America, Mexico, Central, South America, and the Caribbean. It was Native American, First Americans. And then later on you had the Africans being brought over. Now when it comes to big man-made religious organizations such as the Catholic Church and all their particular churches, the Latin Rite, the Armenian Rite, the Alexandrian Rite, the Byzantine Rite, the East Syrian Rite, and the West Syrian Rite. That's the Catholic Church organized crime. The Protestant Reformation movement churches, that's the Catholic Church. The Protestant Reformation movement church is 95 Theses. That is the Catholic Church. That's the Catholic Church. Yeah, major branches, minor branches, interdenominational movement, other developments and related movements. And so we had the American Restoration Movement, the Stone Campbell Movement, churches. Churches of Christ, Unaffiliated Christian Church, Church of Christ, Congregated Christian Church, Disciples of Christ. Then you have all these man-made religious organizations. David Perez started some kind of organization before he was killed. Jim Jones and Scientology and Abraham and so I know the Zoroastrians and other man-made religious organizations such as the Morris Science Temple, the Nation of Islam, the 5% Nation of American Muslim Society, the New Black Panther Party, the Black Hebrew Israelites, the Rastafarian movement, and all these other Pan-Africanists. Now there's only one church, only one. Now Saul from Tarsus, self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, was a liar and a murderer. Saul from Tarsus, self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, he tried to claim he was an apostle. You know that? So, Saul from Tarsus, self-proclaimed Apostle Paul. He wasn't no apostle. All them pills he wrote lied, but that's what the man-made religious organization used. They used those epistles that he wrote. For example, Romans chapter 16, verse 16, so the one that was only gave the church with the suffix ES of Christ. Salute you. Second Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4. So that we are still glorying you in the church with the suffix ES, God, for your patient faith and all your persecution and tribulation that ye endure. Now, this is a list of occult terms. 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 Now, this is a list of from A to Z. And this is a list of occult symbols. And these are world religious and occult symbols. And these are occult symbols. Now, this is what I'm gonna do before we go to the Bible. I'm gonna stop this video, and it's gonna be dated June 30th, 2019. Part 1. Now let me read it. Let me say this once again. When I first started my video, I made a statement. I said some things. So when you watch my video, make sure you watch the beginning of my video, because I said some things that need to be said, and then when I end my video, but I'm gonna end this video, then I'm gonna start part 2. So that this is gonna be part 1, June 30th, 2019, part 1. Then gonna be part 2.